What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph!
You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight! Okay, we haven't come back to these guys in a while. We're coming back to Primus. Yes, indeed. Primus Fans FEELIN YOU. Come on now. Here we go. This is a request from Jesse, and this is actually Jesse's prioritized request for the month of May for being a silver tier member on the Patreon page. So, here you go, Jesse. I hope you enjoy the show, man. Jesse wanted to see me react to this song. Now, it's a live video of Primus performing in studio at a radio station. They are performing Tommy the Cat and Sergeant Baker. Now, here's the thing. Jesse only wanted me to react to Sergeant Baker, so that's all I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna do Tommy the Cat. I'm very familiar with that song. Very familiar with Tommy the Cat, so it wouldn't even really be fair to do a reaction to it, but it is live, so I guess I could have, but Jesse was pretty clear. He only wanted me to do Sergeant Baker, so we're gonna do Sergeant Baker live in studio. Now, have I heard the song before? Yes, I have heard the song before. I've heard the song many times. This is actually one of my favorite songs off of that album, Sailing the Seas of Cheese. I loved this. I loved this song. I got a lot of enjoyment out of this song. It's a pretty funny song. It's got some good wit in it, and the song just clicked with me basically. So I am very familiar with the song. However, this is a live performance in studio, so I haven't seen or heard this before. So, just to be clear on this and make sure that there's absolutely no confusion, I will not be reacting to, evaluating, or scoring the song itself in any way, shape, or form, okay? I am well familiar with the song, I'm well versed with the song, I know the song quite well, so it wouldn't be honest of me to do a reaction to the song. I will be reacting to, evaluating, and scoring the live performance. What they do with the song. How well they play the song in studio. You know, I'll be taking those things into account. Just not the songwriting, not the song itself. So please keep that in mind. This was posted by TT8073. Okay. And the video has 704,981 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. Alright, here we go. Primus, Tommy the Cat with bass solo, and Sergeant Baker live at KZSU Radio. Cool. Well, I mean, I was told to start at the 5-minute mark, so here we are. 5 minutes in. I guess we're going to do Sergeant Baker. Here we go. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Okay, Bob, we're going to take a second out. So, Bob, that's Meaty Bob Johnson over here. On guitar, can change that guitar, because...
You calling me Bob?
No, I'm talking to Bob over here.
Who's Bob?
B.O.B.
Herb?
No, B.O.B. We got Herb on drums, we got Bob here. You can call me Bob, too. I'm Bob Cock, and he's Bob Cock in Yellow Socks. And, that's Meaty Bob.
And collectively, you're known as...
Meaty Bob.
Hey.
Come on, plug yourself. This is the band.
Yeah, plug yourself.
We'll do it. Reluctant.
You know, I got this bashful streak in me.
Yeah, right. You're really shy, I can tell. This is the band Primus, and you're listening to them live here on KZSU. It's Wednesday Night Live.
Hey, I thought this was, the Camel. What do you mean?
I'm sorry, we're not even paying you for this stuff. Hey.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Jesse did warn me. The sound is off sync. It's like about a half second off. So the sound is about a half second ahead of the video. I was watching it going, this doesn't look right. What the heck is going on? I remember now, Jesse did warn me about that. Okay. This is going to be a hard watch. We'll see. We'll see how this goes, though. I mean, I don't know. I know that's going to be distracting. I know it is, but I'm going to do my best to look past it.
Is my name. I'm gonna teach you how to play the game of warfare. A sudden need a bitch to me. You got a bit much dignity for your own good, boy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I
You all just a bit like
me, I said left, right, left.
I always got a kick out of this song. I always did. It's one of those quirky songs that just feels good. And it's just quirky enough to make it quirky, but not so quirky that it's unlistenable. You know what I mean? It still has a good groove. It still has a good melodic line. It still flows well. Even with all of its quirkiness, it still feels natural. It just does. I love that subdivision, that ba ba ba, that's coming out, ba ba ba, that triplet feel subdivision coming out of it. I've always gotten a kick out of that da da da. I don't know why. It always stuck with me for some reason. But yeah, I dig the song. I do dig the song. As far as the performance go, I mean, look at the room they're in. They're in this little itty bitty room inside of a radio studio. So I mean, it's not easy to move around in there, I'm sure. They're moving around, but here's the thing. They are moving around still. Even though there's no audience there to watch them, there's nobody there to view them, they're literally playing live for the sake of a listening audience. So they could have just stood there, but they're having fun and they're rocking out to it. So I gotta respect that. That's a lot of fun. It's fun to watch. Even with it being out of sync, it's still fun to watch. Anyway, let's keep going here.
Sergeant Baker here again. And if you cause me pudding table, I'll stomp you down, boy. You're from the north, some reckon say we love it. And as I've met again, I'm getting it mine. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh. I'll bet I know why. Okay, I'm sitting here going, why did he change the lyrics? And I'm like, wait a minute, this is a radio station. I'll bet I know exactly why they changed the lyrics. I have no idea what he said there. It sounds like he was just kind of muttering. Yeah, the original lyrics, probably not the most radio-friendly lyrics you could put out. So, you know, especially with the way people get triggered these days, it could be a bad thing. But even then, I'm not condoning the lyrics whatsoever. I mean, but it's the lyrics that they wrote. And I understand that, you know, for the sake of radio and for the sake of standards and practices, there are certain things you just can't say on the air. So I get it. I do get it. And the radio station probably came up to them and said, hey, listen, we want you to play the song. We got no problem with you playing the song. You just need to change this one line. Okay, no problem. Sure, fine. And the last thing you want to do is, you know, get in bad with the radio station that you're on because, like, okay, let's say hypothetically, let's say he had said, you know what, okay, that's fine. But in the back of his mind, he's going, screw you. I'm gonna sing the lyrics the way they are. Well, number one, they would have gotten blipped out. They would have cut that. They would have hit the old button to not bleep it out, but it would have cut it out. And then after if they're lucky, the radio station would allow them to finish performing. But when that was done, they could be facing fines for breach of contract. They could be facing, I hate to say it, and I'm not exaggerating when I say this, though. They could possibly be facing jail time. Possibly. They'll probably never see the inside of a jail cell. They'll probably, they'll be bailed out before they're even booked. But at the same time, you still don't want that rep, and you don't want to get off on a bad foot with any radio station. It doesn't matter what radio station it is. It doesn't matter how big or small the market is, because that radio station has listeners that the DJs talk to. And the last thing you want to do is leave a bad impression on those DJs who influence all those listeners. So, now I get it. I understand the reason for the funneling. I get it. I absolutely get it. I have no problem with it. I noticed it. And at first I was like, what in the world? And then I was like, oh, wait. Yeah, radio. Remember what the line is. Yeah. Anyway, let's keep going here.
You all just a bit like me. I said right. Left. Right. Left. Left. Right. Left. 1, 2.
I love that. I love the fact that he has that bass with the tremolo system on it. It's such a great idea. I don't know why more bass players, and more importantly, I don't know why more bass manufacturers don't make basses like that. I just don't understand it. I know he has his 4-string with one. There's a bass player, jazz bass player by the name of John Patitucci. He has a 6-string. It's a Yamaha 6-string where he has the bridge cut in half. And the bottom 3 strings, the 3 highest strings, as far as pitch goes, they have a tremolo system on it. But the top 3 strings, the low strings, they're hard bolted to the body. It makes for some really interesting bass work. I remember watching John Patitucci with that and watching what he was doing and listening to him play when the Chicory Electric Band came to the Ventura Theater when I was in high school, and I got to go watch them. And it was, man, watching him play that when he was like doing some solo work and stuff, that was a trip. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. I don't know why more bass manufacturers don't put bass tremolos on their, don't put tremolo systems on their basses. I don't get it. I know it's a lot of tension. It's a lot of machinery that would have to go into a system like that because of all the tension in those bass strings, but it can be done. It was done here, and it was done on John Patitucci, so I don't understand why more bass manufacturers don't do. I mean, yeah, obviously it would have to be an increase in cost. I would pay it. I would absolutely pay it. When I have the money together, if one of these days I ever become rich, yeah, right. But if one of these days I ever come along, I would love to be able to invest in a bass like that. I would do the exact same thing that John Patitucci did. I would get a 6-string, cut the bridge in half, and have the high 3 strings with a tremolo system on it. I think that's super cool, man. I absolutely dig that. So anyway, let's finish this out and we'll get to the review.
Start the record this morning. I'm gonna teach you how to play the game. Sunday in the business, you got a bit much dignity with your own. Yes, sir. Yes, I said right. Left. Right. Left. Right.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good live performance. I mean, it was good considering everything you have to take everything into account here. Considering where they were, the circumstances of where they were at, the surroundings. It was a good performance. It was a good performance. Let me think about it. I'll see you in the review, and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Primus with a live in-studio performance of Sergeant Baker. This was a request from Jesse, and this was actually Jesse's prioritized request for the month of May for being a silver tier member on the Patreon page. So, there you go, Jesse. I hope you enjoyed the show, man. On a scale of 1 to 10, okay, hold on. Before I give my score, let me just reiterate this because I do feel that, not everybody listens to the beginning and what I had to say. So, I just need to make this very clear. I am not taking the song itself, the song writing, into account in any way, shape, or form on this. I am very familiar with the song. I know the song. I love the song. This is one of my favorite songs off of Sailing the Seas of Cheese. So, please keep in mind, I am not taking the song into account in any way, shape, or form. I am basing my score completely on the live performance. How did they play the song? Would they have, I mean, I know it's hard in a room like that, but did they have showmanship? Did they move around? Did they have energy? I mean, I'm taking all these things into account, okay? So please keep that in mind. On a scale of 1 to 10, I am going to give that a 7.5. Yep, 7.5. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, like I said, I'm not taking the song into account here. If I was taking the song into account here, we'd be talking 8s. Okay, I love the song. I think it's one of their better songs, to be perfectly honest with you. It's got the quirkiness, but at the same time, it's quirky, but at the same time, it still flows and feels very natural, both from a chordal standpoint, a rhythmic standpoint, and a melodic line standpoint. It all flows really well together. It's quirky, yes. It has some quirkiness to it. In particular, the subdivisions that, especially coming out of the end of the chorus, that triplet ba 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 feel out of it. I've always dug that. I don't know why, but that's always really set well with me. But I dig the song. But we're not taking the song into account here, okay? We are only taking the live performance. And I have to say, it was a really good live performance under the circumstances, okay? They're literally in what looks like an 8x10 studio booth inside of a radio station where space is at a premium, so they probably have the biggest room in the building, honestly. So they have to work with what they got. And I mean, they did a really good job. They were still moving around. I saw Larry moving around. I saw Les moving around. Herb was back there. I mean, he's on the drums. He's never really been one for showmanship, though. He never really has been. He's always been being about a very tight drummer, which one of the tightest. I remember from when I did listen to them, I was really always impressed with his drumming ability. But Larry and Les were moving around a bit. They were rocking out, having a good time. They played the song really well, considering the circumstances. I like the little improv in the second verse, where the radio people probably told Les. I'm like 90% sure that's what happened. The radio station people were like, hey, you gotta take that one line out. Just we don't care what you put in there. Just make it appropriate. And Les probably said, okay, whatever. He mumbled his way through it, which is fine. Look, you do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? I've heard horror stories about bands going into radio stations and they don't. They say they'll comply and then they don't comply. And shockingly, they're never asked back, and they're kind of blacklisted from every other radio station out there because word gets around. So you don't hear from them ever again, pretty much. So I mean, it's always a good thing to comply with the radio station's request because look, they gotta protect themselves too. So I don't blame them for doing that. I totally get it. I understand the reasoning why, and I have no issue with it whatsoever. I just kind of wish that he had something a little more constructed and prepared But then again, they may have, like, when they went to break, they might have said, oh, by the way, we're coming back to do this live in like 2 minutes, but that one line, you can't do it. And then Les is like, okay, what am I going to say there? So then he probably just, on the fly said, I'm just, blah, 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 just, and mumble it, and that's fine. If that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do. No, but like I said, overall, it's a really good performance. It was a really good job, considering the circumstances, and that's why I'm giving it a 7.5. Would I consider this a mind-blowing performance? Absolutely not. Never in a million years. Would I even consider this a great performance? No. Not under the circumstances, I couldn't possibly call it great. But they did the best with what they were given, and you gotta give them credit for that. So I'm saying it's a really good performance, and that's where we're gonna stay, is with that 7.5. So 7.5, final score. I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, then I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys want to do these things, then by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for tonight, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.